So it's time for another Quo-related haul video, and it's a couple of purchases that I've made recently, this time on CD, and we start with an album that was originally part of the From the Makers box set in 1982 and then released as a separate album a couple of years later. This is the 2005-06 remaster of Status Quo live at the NEC, and it's an album, surprisingly, that I didn't have in my collection because I didn't really collect live albums. I think the only Quo live album that I had in my collection up until now was Live Alive Quo. I've still to get the obviously the 1976 live album, but I do own it on cassette and vinyl, so don't at me. I think it's fair to say that while it's perhaps not as good as the live album of 77, they are on fire here, and it's one of their best remembered live performances. I will look into getting the expanded version of this, because obviously the track's missing. It's disappointing. Things like 4,500 times, that brilliant 20-minute version, is not present on this release, but for now this will do. So the next one is a solo album by Francis Rossi. Is it the third one with Hannah Rickard? No. Is it the second one, One Step at a Time, from 2010? No. Is it the first one, which I've been trying to get hold of for years, King of the Doghouse? Yeah. I've seen very few of these, and I know that at the time it wasn't very well regarded. I think opinions on it have improved. The album was produced by Tony McCannany, I think that's how you pronounce it, and he's written every song on this album bar Isaac Ryan, which goes back to the early 70s with Bernie Frost and Francis Rossi, and obviously The Fighter and Somebody Show Me Home, which are from the Ain't Complaining era, and Someone Show Me Home from If You Can't Stand the Heat. And sure, listening to it, it's not typically Francis Rossi, but I think as time has gone on, I think it's aged like a fine wine. The production is on point. It's just pleasant music to have on in the background, and I would argue that songs like Wherever You Go, Blue Water and Darlin', and possibly King of the Doghouse, are some of the finest tracks that Francis has ever put his vocals to. I would like to see a vinyl version of this released. That would be cool. In fact, maybe a vinyl box set of his 3 albums away from Status Quo. So that is my haul for this episode. What do you make of these albums? Let me know in the comments below.